What do I do when a lot of my family and friends are trying to convince me to not move to Mexico? Mainly my husband's family. Like, we can sit and list the long ass list of pros with like very little cons, but the cons are just thrown. And that's like the only thing they see. How we're gonna get a job, how we're gonna make money. And the thing is, my husband's family is Mexican. They've lived in Mexico, but the area that they lived in is nothing like the area we're moving to. Like, it's not even comparable. Like, how is it that Mexicans have fallen for American propaganda of Mexico? Because where we're moving is amazing. It's thriving. We're moving to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. It's like 30 minutes from Cancun. They're acting like where we're moving isn't safe or livable. We want our kids to be a majority, not a minority. I want to be a majority and not a minority. Real food, affordable healthcare, tropical beaches, jungle, not having to fear for our safety due to racism, diversity, Trump not being our president. It's affordable and we can live comfortably. Like, what about that isn't worth it? Like, I'm confused.
So, what's the scenario here? We have a Mexican American family that wants to move to Mexico because they don't like the racism, they don't like the lack of affordability of the US. They want affordable healthcare, and they don't like Trump as their president. They're getting their family is telling them not to go, but they feel like they need to go to get a better quality of life. Now, I'm not knocking Mexico because I have family in Mexico and they live comfortably, they live nicely. They do have affordable housing. Food is reasonably priced there. You got great weather, right? There's no knocking on Mexico, but this family's knocking how bad the US is. They make their move in November of 2025. But this video is obviously split. What happened? Let's find out.
Escaped the United States and we're having to move back already. Not even 2 months after. The reason being that our 4-year-old son got extremely sick the first week that we were here. He had a terrible fever, was throwing up blood, terrible diarrhea, his whole body was in terrible pain, he was screaming in pain and agony for days. Even after we took him to the doctor and they gave him different medication, he ended up having a bacterial infection in his stomach and his body. And since then, he has recovered, but he's still having really bad lingering problems. And we're starting to think that he has an autoimmune disorder. So with that, we're having to go to the States to get him the proper care. We've had to spend hundreds, thousands of dollars out of pocket that we were not planning on. So now we're going back to the United States to get our son the care that he needs. And we're having to let go of this dream of living here in Mexico. Are we going to get a bunch of I told you so's? Probably. But there was no way that we could prevent our son getting this sick. We were not expecting these hospital bills, medication. I feel really fucking sad because we got rid of everything in the United States. We got rid of our home, our car, our jobs, and we left so much just to have to go home and restart with nothing. Pray for us. Send us good vibes, please, because we really do need it.
All right. Now, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to make fun of this lady because you can't make fun of anybody who's sick, especially especially when it comes to children. And first and foremost, I feel bad that this happened to their child, because is one thing when you look forward to going to another country and you're looking for a better way of life, but as soon as you get there, things immediately get worse. That being said, what I've learned in life is to never say never. Now, I don't think she said never in the first half of the video. I don't think she said I'm never going back to the US. But I've just learned that even when you go to another country or move to a different area, it's not good to say never, because you never know if you have to go back. You don't want to necessarily cut all ties. Sometimes you have to, but in this case, I mean, 2 months, only 2 months of being there, they had to return. And this is why you do not, if you're going to go to another country, move to another country, city, country, wherever, state, province, whatever it is, do not go on emotion. We have to think of transitions in life, and sometimes when it's a major transition, my wife and I, man, we have to sit and think about it. Not just think about it, we got to pray about it. And sometimes you don't get an answer right away, but you really got to put time and thought into making a major move. And in this case, in the first clip, she said, oh, it's affordable healthcare, But come to find out, affordable healthcare does not mean the best healthcare, because they had to bring their child back. Obviously, the affordable healthcare wasn't doing it. So they had to come back to the US to get that quality healthcare that their son desperately needed. And now they have to start all over again. And I know one thing I'd be discussing with US and Canada, the differences. And I said, well, some people be like, why I can't move to the US because their healthcare is so expensive. Right. In Canada, you have affordable healthcare because the government covers it. But quality healthcare, it's not even close. US has more quality healthcare. Yes, it's way more expensive. But you got people in Canada right now that have to wait months and months just to get an appointment for surgery or something that involves their body that needs immediate attention. But because it's quote unquote free healthcare, you have a long waiting list. Meanwhile, you could go across the border and you could get attention right away. And it's good attention. It's quality healthcare. Yes, you're going to have a major bill, but would you rather have a major bill and a life saved, or wait for months just to get immediate medical attention and possibly end up dying or getting a lot worse because of the long wait? Now, is that worth being free? Is losing your life or quality of life worse because the healthcare is free? And like I said, those who are so quick to leave the U.S. because they do not like their leader, you gotta think otherwise. You gotta be more logical and be like, is this man so rent free in your head that you are willing to leave a country for? You got Canadians now that refuse to visit the U.S. because of one man. What? As soon as you cross the border, he's gonna meet you and he's gonna make your life miserable? Funny thing is, we think so much about Trump, but Trump don't think much about us individually. That is. Long story short, if you really are leaving the U.S., think about a lot of the pros and cons. And when you're thinking of the cons, make sure it's not as all emotional cons, but think of, if I really make this move, will my life be better? And is the country that I'm living really this bad? I don't know. I want to know your thoughts of this lady having to come back to the U.S. so quickly. Do you feel sorry for her? Do you have empathy with her because she had to move back? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe to Born with Purpose. Until the next show, I'm out. God bless. Peace.